let me borrow this stuff today. And I was like, I feel official.
Dude, your audio is amazing.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Can you hear any of the background noise from downstairs?
Yeah, but it's nice.
Okay, because I can have them turn it down. I'll go yell at them if I
No,
need to.
no, it's nice. It's like I have this dehumidifier in my office, and
Yeah.
if it's not on, like it's too quiet in here. Yeah, I like it. I like it's just subtle, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like
Makes it feel more real.
hey, are you off of Instagram, Tucker?
Uh, unintentionally, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
unintentionally. Did you
I
get booted
post
or you
yeah,
actually?
I posted a picture of my son, and they've grown up in the gym. They're never wearing shirts or clothes.
Yeah.
And it nuked me because he wasn't wearing a shirt.
How old was he?
He's 2.
Hey, so uh, many years ago when I first started the Three Playing Brothers Instagram account, they were always working out with their shirts off. And then something happened, and I was getting all of these reports for child pornography.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I noticed posts were just getting pulled down left, right, and center. And this was the scary part. Someone from Ireland, I guess Facebook or Meta had like a hub there, and that's where they did all of their censorship stuff or their, safety protocols. And he DM'd me or he texted me or emailed me and he said, "Hey, I'm sure it's different with you. Someone is reporting all of these, and by law, if they get enough of these reports, they'll send child protective services out to your house." And he said,
Holy
"And for sure, this is someone who hates you doing this to you."
dude.
Yours was probably different. Well, you never know. There's just fucking there's
Yeah.
you never. I mean, you never know. Yeah, because every single thing was my boys working out with their shirts off, and my boys had long hair. They had your haircut,
Yep.
and so probably people thought they were girls. Ugh. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry about that. That
it's the
sucks.
craziest thing.
They took your whole account from you.
And everything that was attached to that email, which is also my gym account, took my Facebook. Dude, it nuked me.
What was the workout
It
that
was
he
just
was
like it
doing?
was you couldn't even see it was just a close up. I mean, it wasn't even a close up, but like he was like it was just him.
Like, oh, just in your gym, just like, hey, here's a
Yeah,
2 year old
it
in
was
the
just a
gym.
picture. It wasn't a video, it wasn't anything.
That's nuts.
Though we have a member, and her husband apparently works for Meta,
Uh huh.
and he's apparently been able to get accounts switched back in reverse. Because my understanding from what I was told is what happened to me was more of like an AI thing, that
Yeah.
their AI model nuked it. And then the problem is that the backup is the same AI program that flags it. So like I can appeal it or whatever. It's like ban, I appeal, and then it immediately was like, nope, sorry. And so you've got to appeal it or get it to a point where it's a real person. And once you get it to a real person, they can look at it and be like, oh, this wasn't child pornography. This was just
A
your kid.
kid, just a
Yeah.
kid.
Right. And so he seems to think that he can get it back. But yeah, it's not been the best part of my last couple weeks.
Yeah, hey, that sucks. Hey, and that's the interesting reality of if you depend on your account for some sort of vital that brings food to your table, that's the reality of it. There's some robot that can just nuke you.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's taught me that maybe I should be a little more careful or judicious a little bit. I mean, I still don't think that I did anything wrong, but if
No, of
that's
course you didn't do anything
out
wrong.
there, like,
No.
well,
Hey,
we've got, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead. I won't forget my story.
Well, I was just gonna say we've got the open coming up, and that's how we use that to kind of filter through the way we even do the open at our gym. So it's even kind of like affecting how we run our business
What
to
do
a
you mean?
certain, I mean, a small
Explain it to
extent.
me. Like you announce when people should come through Instagram or
We do that. We also have like an in-house competition that we run, and part of the way you score points for your team is you tag the gym, you post clips of
oh.
the workout, yada yada yada, and then we use that to share, and we create content there, and then that gets shared, and it just kind of goes from there. And we're gonna have to figure out a workaround this year, but
The gym's Razor Ranch CrossFit, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, it's so funny because yesterday I was like looking for your Instagram and I couldn't find it. And I text Garrett. I'm like, "Do you know his Instagram?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, oh, he's gone. I'm like, okay, how about his gym? She's like, oh shit, that's gone too.
Yeah, it's just
So then
it
I
was
asked
instant.
Caleb, I'm like, can you look for Tucker's Instagram? I can't believe I can't find it. He's like, dude, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's the wildest thing.
I had an account. I had it pulled down. This is a big account. This account I had pulled down because I was saying stuff like regarding COVID. Like I was saying like, hey, exercise is the way and shit like that. So I had 100,000 followers. I had that account pulled down. And about a year later, this friend of mine said, hey, I know these guys in Argentina who can get you your account back. I'm like,
Okay.
okay. So I get on the phone with the guy, or no, I'm texting. I'm texting with the guy, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, send me $1,500 and I'll get your account back." So I sent him $1,500. I know, crazy, right? I sent him 50, and I'm just making the numbers up. It may have been $2,500. I
Sure.
don't remember, but it wasn't cheap. Like my wife's like, "Hey, you're an idiot." That kind of money. So I sent him the $1,500, and he gets my account back. And no, he can't get my account back. A week passes and he can't get my account back. And I'm like, hey, dude, are you going to get my account back? And he said, hey, man, it's going to cost more than that. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, send me another $1,500. I'm like, hey, dude, we have 3 options here. I'm going to be really cool. Tell me you scam me and we're done. And I'll be like, and you'll never hear from me again. It's a wash. Give me my money back, or get my account back, and then I'll send you another $1,500. And then he goes, look at your phone right now. And in real time, I looked at my phone, and he's like, there's your account. Now send me the money. So I sent him the $1,500. So now I'm out like $3,000. A week later, my account's gone again.
Dude.
So I text him and I'm like, hey, my account's gone again. He's like, for $5,000, I can bring it back and I can put a lock on it so it'll never vanish. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks.
What a racket.
He had a buddy who worked at it's a total
just turn
scam.
it on and off.
Yes, he had a buddy
Oh
who
my
worked at
gosh.
Meta, and he was in Argentina, and they were running
Some kind of scam together. Dude. That's crazy.
crazy. And hey, and he was so brazen. Like he didn't even care. He was telling me all this information, and he had an account on Instagram with 1 million followers, and like they didn't even care.
Wow.
You never heard that story?
No.
No, Doses.
Oh.
My greatest fan. Dude has same hair as me. Oh yeah.
That's a crazy picture.
God, that's his most tame picture.
I love that. AI can do crazy things, huh?
Yeah. I would crazy thing. You do any AI?
No. I'm not very good at any of that. I tried, and it frustrates me.
How many kids do you have again, Tucker?
5.
Yeah, when would you have time to learn AI?
No. Without somebody grabbing my phone or whatever, it's not going to work.
Hey, do you have any editing skills?
I roughly do all of my own like Instagram stuff, and I've kind of learned a little bit, but again,
How old's your oldest kid?
She's 9.
Might be a little early, but about a year ago I bought Avi a computer and taught him the basics on Final Cut Pro, and he's just started this YouTube channel where it's his day in a life, and he publishes every 2 or 3 days, and now he's making like between $10 and $20 a day now on it. And it's just 8-minute videos. Click, click, click. Like it's like shows him walking up to my studio being like, hey, can I come on? I'm trying to get on my dad's podcast. Oh, he told me I couldn't. Oh, here's a bird that just shit in our yard. Oh, here's my mom making breakfast. It's crazy. I'll send you a link to it. But your family would be crazy, dude. People would love to see that.
Yeah, the day in the life at our house would maybe give some people anxiety. Like, how you do this every day? How? But no,
are all your kids healthy?
Yeah.
Yeah, knock on wood. Yeah, okay.
I mean, my oldest, she has a little bit of asthma.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah.
Yeah, God.
No,
Be so grateful for that.
Is it weird that I think about that?
That what?
Like every time we like decide to have another kid or we find out we're pregnant, I'm like, I have about 4 healthy ones. Every time you roll those dice, at some point, like you feel like you're tempted fate a little bit. You know, is that a weird thought that I have in my mind?
We
think about that.
We had 3 kids, and I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, God, I could go on forever, and she's like, hey, dude. I'm like, what? She's like, what if we get one that just like it's not healthy. Don't you think we should just be grateful? That
Hmm.
fucked me up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's that like put on the brakes.
Yeah. It gives me pause sometimes. Not enough to be done right now, but
Oh,
that's all.
you're gonna have a sixth?
I'm I'm trying.
Oh.
We're
Your wife birthed all your kids? They're all hers?
So I got two. I've got my oldest two are from a previous marriage, and then now we have three with my current wife.
And your oldest one is 9.
Yeah,
And your youngest one is
one. She turned one in October.
and does your wife work at the gym too?
No, she has a job. She are you know probably Rosti from like when they were really
Yes,
involved with
yes.
CrossFit.
Yeah.
So she is a regional practice manager for Rosti. So she just has some clinics locally that she kind of oversees and manages. So she can work from home a lot. She may have to go into the office or go see doctors every now and then, but she's been doing that for a while, and it gives us some good flexibility. And so we can kind of coordinate, and somebody's always home with the kids.
Are you homeschooling your kids?
I'm planning on it. My oldest two right now are in school, and then we have a 4-year-old. Those three, I'm for sure homeschooling. We're trying to coordinating it with my oldest two's. I mean, that's just always a conversation. You got to figure out the logistics of that. But I think once the R3 start homeschooling, we're going to want to bump them all over. So, but I'm kind of a control freak. Like I want to do it.
Mm.
But yes, I want to get them out of there.
What state are you in?
Texas.
Oh, I bet you Texas has a great program. You know that once you do that, like there's all these like the I don't know what it is, but let's say the district spends $30,000 per kid, like at the public school. We applied for something and like we get money from the state. It's not a huge amount, but it helps. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, for sure.
$3,000 every 6 months. You don't get and then they tell you where you have to spend it, but it's some good places. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
like it could be like a reading camp, and you could enroll all. What the cool thing is because you have so many kids, you can take all 5 of them to that reading camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's 1 hour a day, and that gives you that 1 hour to sit in your car and work or whatever.
right.
And the state will pay for it. I've heard Texas homeschooling is super chill.
I don't know much about it, to be honest, right now, but I mean, we've got tons of people at the gym that do it. There's like co-ops and things where they may have a couple days where they get together with like this group of they all homeschool together. They do a lesson or something, and they get together and they socialize that way. Our local ISD just came out, or they're implementing a program where you can homeschool through them effectively, and they can still participate in all the extracurriculars if they choose, and you get their curriculum. So you're not having to buy a curriculum or find it. It's all through the school system. You just get to implement it at home. So there's a lot of options in Texas for sure.
What's ISD?
Independent school district.
Oh, hey, and you know what's crazy? Once you get into it, you'll realize that like I mean, you need some curriculum, but you don't even really need a curriculum. You're going to realize that raising your kid makes them smarter. Like just treating your kid like a dog, like the best dog you ever had. You know what I mean? Like you just take it everywhere with you and it sees you interact and it sees you doing your accounting at the gym and it sees you, you know what I mean? Like up until like they're, I don't know, 7 or 8, they'll learn all their math skills. They're like just being in a CrossFit gym. By the time they're 6 or 7, they'll have better math skills than 90% of the kids. Just from you counting reps, subtracting, adding, seeing you write stuff. It's crazy, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, my 9-year-old will go up to people and be like, "Why do you have this weight on the bar?"
Yeah,
She's counted it out and is like
yeah.
judged already. Like you went light today, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's it. I was like talking to somebody in the gym about that just yesterday. Like my kids, I feel like have learned more from going with me to the coffee shop and looking at a tip. Well, Dad, how do you tip? Well, then you talk about percentages.
Yes.
Like stuff like that just comes up if you're doing life with your kid. And to me, like that's what I want.
Yeah, you just take your kids everywhere. You just raise them. I got the nicest thing anyone could ever say to me, voice message. I went to Colton came. He's doing the open here, and I went to his hotel, and I ran into a bunch of the people there, the athletes there, and Jason and Dallin were there, and they hung out and talked to my kids for like 10 or 15 minutes the other day, which was so cool. And when I got home, Jason had sent me a voice message saying like, "Hey, however, basically in a nutshell, hey, however you raise your kids, I want to do that. That was
Mhm.
crazy meeting your kids. Your kids are so freaking cool." And I was like, "Oh, thanks."
It's gotta be
And
one of the biggest compliments you can get as a parent.
dude, and if I raised my kids in a CrossFit gym, they'd be 10 times cooler.
I
Do
mean,
you know what I
I
mean? Just because of the
yes.
insane social interaction, the nuances, just all the fact that it's a business. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
I mean, my daughter went to kindergarten, my oldest, and thought, like, that we dropped her off like, her classmates were so below her from, like, a communication standpoint. She's like, "What
Well,
is
she's
wrong with
also a
these
girl.
kids?"
Yeah,
You
also a
know,
girl. Yeah,
she's so used to talking to adults in the gym, and, like, she feels like that's her peer group almost, which may
yeah.
have its cons, but she's around other kids that have been in daycares or kept at home or whatever, and she's like, "What is wrong with these kids?" It's
A
just so
5-year-old
abnormal
girl
to
can talk circles around a 9-year-old boy.
her. Yes.
It's pretty. It's, when I used to watch my boys interact with girls, I'd be like, "Oh man,
Dude, just yeah,
girls are wild."
we're at pickup yesterday, and this girl was trying so hard to get my son's attention, like, asking him about his day, and he's got his baseball cards, and this kid doesn't even look up. He's just like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah." I'm like,
yeah,
"Brother, she's trying to talk to you, like, do something." He's like, golly, man."
yeah. It wasn't until my oldest son now is 11, and now he's figured it out. Like yeah. But I still make fun of him. Like, you guys barely can talk still. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they say
Yeah.
long words. Like, they say a word like establish. I'm like, what'd you say? Like, it doesn't even sound like a word. How long have you owned the gym, Tucker?
We have been at it for 6 years. So we
And
opened in 19.
oh, and that's your full time gig.
Mhm.
And are you making a run this year by any chance? What are you up to with your fitness?
The way I'm kind of approaching it is as long as what I've been doing is working and taking me somewhere, then great. But I'm not at a place where I'm going to implement or carve out more time for training. Um, and we've actually kind of put a lot more focus into the gym and that side of things the last few months. But I mean, I still love it and I still would like to compete, but I'm 32 and life isn't getting easier to to do those things competitively, So I kind of ride on. I see it both ways at this point in my life, but we'll see. I mean, I think I've still maintained some good fitness. I got qualified for Wadapalooza this year. Like we got some things going
As
on that,
as an individual
yeah.
in the elite?
RX.
RX, okay.
No, they took top 10 to elite and it was just CrossFit Games guys. But the next stage is all semifinals guys. So still kind of in that group, which was kind of cool to see, because you
Why
never
do
know.
that? Just out of curiosity, why I get why you would do open and quarter, and I'm not shitting on Wadapalooza at all. Love Wadapalooza, love Dylan, love that crew. But I understand, like, if you do the open, and then you go to the quarterfinals and then you go to semifinals, I can see like why you would just keep doing it. But why go there? Like, and you've competed at the semifinals. That's where I met you in California, right?
Hmm. Yeah, West
Um,
Coast.
why compete RX just for yourself? Just for because it's not, it doesn't have like any of the I guess the money or the glory that the elite
No,
has.
no. Honestly, it's just for the family experience.
Oh,
We use competing as kind of an excuse to take trips as a family and take vacations that otherwise we really don't carve out a lot of time for just because we end up so busy with day to day at the gym, kids' activities,
yep,
whatever. But
yep.
those are good reasons to take off. We go, and this is Miami Beach, and it's right during spring break and things like that. We use as just like an excuse to get away as a family. And I know we've kind of talked about it, like get to see dad do hard things and try to excel at something. And I think that's valuable for them to see, especially as they're starting to get to the age where they may actually remember some of it. So that's
Right.
really the heart of it. And it's kind of like you never know how many like hoorahs are left. So potentially it's one more hoorah if I get to go.
Yeah.
But we honestly just use it as like a family experience type thing at this point.
That is interesting. Did you ever see your parents compete in anything?
No, my dad was always really active. He played college baseball, and so like I don't really remember it, but we would go to like he played softball competitively as we were younger and things like that. So I always saw him exercise, be athletic, be fit. And I think that definitely impacted things, but nothing kind of like this, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I like so for me my mom did a play. It was a community play, but it was a big play. It was in an auditorium. You know, she performed 30 times, and it was in an auditorium that sat 3,000 people. That probably had and I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I would always have to go to the rehearsals with her. 5 nights a week. That probably had some sort of impact on me. But that must be crazy to watch your kids compete. I mean, I know I've heard people like Tia talk about it, but that must be trippy to see your parents out there as athletes. That must leave a real strong mark on you.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. See them getting the what's the word, adulation from the crowds, and seeing your parent push as hard as they can and win or lose, and how they handle that, and just all that shit that comes with competing.
Well, I literally had we were at a competition in like Missouri, I think it was Monster Games. And we were at the grocery store all together getting food for the weekend. Somebody stopped me and they were also competing, like, hey, you were that guy that was on Savon's behind the scenes or West Coast. And like my kids still talk about that. Like, do you remember that guy that stopped you and recognized you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And obviously that's small potatoes compared to what like some people go through.
I get stopped once a year too, and my kids were like, "Are you famous?" I'm like, "No." When it's once a minute, when it's once a minute, I'm famous. When it's once a year, it's not. It's someone thinks you look like their cousin.
Yeah, right. But that kind of stuff sticks with them, in their heads. It might as well be once a minute, even if it is once a year.
Yeah. When you said that you've been doing some things focusing on the gym more, what does that look like?
I mean, we just really putting a lot of effort into being present here throughout the days, even if we're not coaching, making sure that we're getting ahead of planning out. Like this year I've went through and I've planned out our entire year as a gym, events, things that we're doing. That way we can communicate it adequately, and then we're executing on it. We're having time to bring other people into the fold that might have some strengths in those areas. And that way it can be like a really clean, finished, professional product that we present it. Because typically, like, I'll wait till the last minute of things and be like, oh, hey, let's do this. And it might be a really good idea, but other people's lives don't allow for my lack of planning and coordination, especially in our area, people are super busy. So we're competing with a lot of different things. So just kind of having this, I've thought about it long enough to plan ahead and execute has helped a lot.
Did someone kick you in the butt? Do you have a mentor or someone that said that, or this is just from your own experience? What made you plan the whole year?
Really, it was just kind of me. Like, and I think I've had enough instances where some of these things I wanted to do maybe didn't flesh themselves out in the exact way that I wanted. And I can look back and be like, well, it was probably my fault. Like, if I would have just done this different, maybe it would be better. But I've always had the excuse of, well, I'm trying to do this, or I had to train here, and if I miss this, yada, yada, yada. This year's like, you know what? This is going to take precedence, and I'm going to do these things. And if I miss other things, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. So a lot of it was just kind of being retrospective over the last year or so of doing this. But I think that was a lot of it.
You think your clients will notice? The gym members will notice?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think they already have. They make fun of me. Like, so we have a goal board downstairs, and one of my goals for this year was to send out a newsletter for the gym in 12 out of 12 months.
Okay.
And so like February just passed, and like they got the second newsletter, and they're like, oh my God, you did it. You're 2 for 2. It wasn't just a one-time thing. So I think they're certainly noticing, which is hilarious. But
what do you put in your newsletter?
Anything that's going on in the life of the gym, like this one.
Toilet flooded?
It could be, like little stuff like that.
Bat with rabies was found in the bathroom.
Yeah, look out for we did have a toilet spider for a while. which became like a feature that me and my buddy joke about. But it just lived in the urinal. It was the weirdest thing. We couldn't flush it down. You just kept crawling right back up. But stuff like that, like the February was, hey, the Open's coming up in 3 weeks. Sign up now. If we're going to do like a seminar, a gymnastics seminar on the weekend, hey, this is 4 weeks out. Put it on the calendar. We got a nutrition coming up, a challenge coming up in March. Do that now. Just things that it's way in advance of what I think is necessary, but people with real lives have appreciated.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have like a software that you use in your gym, like a Wodify type thing?
Yeah, we've used Wodify for a while.
Oh, you're on Wodify.
Yes. Yep. Oh yeah. Since the beginning, when we migrated over, we just kept it running.
And do you do your email through them? Is that how that works? Your newsletter? They got like some newsletter feature?
Yeah, you can just I forget how they categorize, but yeah, you can send it to all active clients. You can pick whatever filters you want. It makes it super easy.
This year's Open, what are your guys' plans for that? Like, do you guys have plans today or tomorrow?
Yep. So we'll do Friday Night Lights. Last year we were having over 100 people come through every Friday. So we'll make that a big deal. We have an intramural open thing going on where we've drafted teams within the gym. We purchased them a team T-shirt, that way they can wear it for Friday Night Lights. And then it would always be the class workout on Mondays. So we really kind of go all in for the Open. But nothing today. We'll put the word out what the workout is. I've got team captains that I'll try to like, hey, here's what I want you to send to your teams to kind of get them excited. And then tomorrow night will be kind of the big show.
That's crazy. How many people go to your gym?
About 200. We got about 200 members. And
you get 100 people through Friday Night Lights. Oh, that's crazy. Oldest member at the gym?
66, 67.
Youngest?
Well, depend. We have a kids program, so if you don't want to count them, we have a 14-year-old that's part of our adult classes. And then we've got a few 16-year-olds as well, but then we've got kids as young as kindergarten.
Wow. So if that's 5.
Yeah, we've got some young ones.
Hey, how is the kids program? I always trip on kids programs. Some places they flourish. Like I was interviewing some affiliate owner in Europe, and he had like 100 kids in the program, and then other people are like, "Hey, we just can't get the kids program to stick."
I think we've really kind of niched down in this iteration. We usually just do it during the summers, and then during the year we just kind of stop because there's so many other sports and everything that we're competing with. But we've seemed to kind of really found a niche with kids that maybe aren't doing competitive sports, maybe gymnasts, things that are maybe not like the basketball, football, baseball. And we've had much more success with that. So right now I think we've got 15 to 20 kids in it.
Oh, wow.
And we run it 3 days a week. And so on any given day, there'll be somewhere between 5 to 10 kids there. So, I mean, still not huge, and I would like to grow it more, but from where we were, I mean, this being the first, it's since August. So it's been going for 5-6 months now. It's been worth keeping around for sure.
Hey, so remember I was telling you about, like, if you homeschool your kids, you can apply for this program, and then you can apply to the state, and then they'll send you money. Like, and when I say they send you money, it's place you have to spend the money at, what are they called? Providers. They have a list of places where you can spend the money. So like if they give me $3,500 a semester, I can't just go to 7-Eleven and buy Cheetos. Vendors. I have to
Right.
Yeah. So I bet you they have that in your area, and you could apply to be a vendor, and then you'll be on this list where you can accept money from homeschool programs. And it's free advertising. Oh, you already do that?
The gym I started at just coaching, we had a huge homeschool PE program. I mean, we were having probably 20 to 30 kids.
Were they a vendor for the county, for the school district there?
I don't know what the inception of it was. They started it before I was around, but I think they really just kind of found one like co-op group and had every single one of those kids coming through.
Yeah, if you become a vendor, then you'll be on this list, and it's like our vendor list has like Kumon and like some reading class, and like Apple's a vendor, so you could buy your kid an iPad. But there's all these But like the jiu-jitsu academy my kids go to, I'm always like, please become a vendor. Please be, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? I want them to become a vendor so bad because then you can just use the state money and pay them.
that's a great idea.
Hey, and I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you've been following the all the different ways to get money from the government, but there was this I don't think it's illegal, but it's sure it's fuck shady. There were these two sisters who were living next to each other, and they started these home daycare programs. So one sister said she was taking care of these kids, and one sister said she was taking care of her sister's kids, and then they got paid for. But I don't even know if they were actually doing, but then they got paid by the state
Is this in
for take.
Minnesota?
Uh, I think so. Minnesota, one of those states that was, you know what I mean. Maybe it was Maine. There's all the different schemes, but theoretically, it wasn't illegal.
Right.
So there's probably
Yeah.
all sorts of programs out there where you could be like, hey, I'm taking care of my own kids, or I have a daycare at my gym, but you could actually be legit.
Right.
You could actually be legit.
Not like
Oh, was it Washington?
the
Yes, it was Washington. That's right. It was Washington.
oh shoot.
Yeah,
I got some homework to do.
This one chick was making like, I want to say $14,000 a month
Just
taking
watching
care
her
of her sister's 4
sister's
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Charter school fund. Good morning, Mr. Street, Wall Street weightlifter. Charter school funds are the hardest money you're going to have to work for. Is that what that's called? Charter school funds? Becoming a vendor's hard, is it? I don't know. It seems like it would be so easy. Not embezzlement. I'm not teaching embezzlement, just loopholes. Loopholes.
It's strategy is what it is.
Hey, what does your fitness look like? What's your training look like?
I mean, I'm still getting in maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. You know, I'm trying to work out 7 to 8 in the morning most days, and then we usually have a group that hits it in the afternoons, like 3 to 5 ish. So a couple days a week, I may get something come up, and I don't get to do both. But typically, I'm trying to put in a couple hours. I don't think I'm less fit than I've been, but guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Hey, being that you have this full life with a business, wife, and 5 kids, do you think you take those 2 sessions a day more seriously than if you didn't? Meaning, like, that time's so valuable to you, no screw around. You got to warm up quick and go as hard as you can. You're not going to get a second shot. You feel that?
One of them, yes. The other one is almost the exact opposite.
Oh,
My
one of your
1-year-old
sessions is just
she might be tottering around while I'm trying to do dumbbell like it on one day this week. She's literally walking circles around me as I'm trying to do dumbbell snatches as fast as I can. And it's just like, okay, I just got to go a little bit slower so I make sure I don't smash with the dumbbell. But this is kind of house money at this point. I already got to do something and I want her to be around, and it's not worth like, you've got to go home, go sit in the car, go do whatever until I'm done. Like, it's not worth that to me at this point.
Is that your morning session?
This was in the afternoon.
So
They're usually all there in the afternoon.
Oh, really?
For the most part, yeah. We come up, I pick them up from school, and we just all head to the gym, and then we're here until whenever we go home.
Wow, that's a good life.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, especially now that they're getting older and they can kind of play together. We've got some space in the back of the gym. There's turf, and then there's just a huge open field. And so they've got like this scooter gang of all the kids at the gym. Last night, my daughter, who's 1, and my son, they were just playing in the dirt together for an hour. It's like, this is what kids, like, this is what childhood should be. They're outside, digging in the dirt, being dirty, not having to worry about a screen or any of that other nonsense, just living it up. So it's a lot of fun in the afternoons.
I was getting ready to take my kids somewhere, and my wife had gotten them ready and showered, and we weren't leaving for like 10 minutes. And the 2 boys are outside in the front yard playing football. And it's like about a minute before we leave. And I go look, and one of my sons, who's supposed to, I'm taking him, I can't remember his music class or what, he's covered in mud, face, ankles, chest, clothes, tattered. I'm like, take a shower. And I hear my wife goes, no, I already got him ready. I'm like, dude, get in the shower.
He was ready.
Yeah.
Correction.
In 7 minutes, he was completely covered with mud.
Doesn't take long.
No. And they like that, huh? They like coming to the gym. They like coming to dad's work.
Oh my gosh. I mean, they think it's theirs. Like, they think they own the place.
Yeah.
Every night we talk about what was the best part of your day. 9 times out of 10, all of them are like, going to the gym, playing with my friends, and whatever happened that afternoon.
Do other people bring their kids there too at that time to play with your kids? Other
Yes, I mean,
parents?
sometimes it feels like there's more kids in the gym than there are adults because we all
Wow.
bring. I mean, a lot of people here have multiple kids, 2, 3, 4. We got big families, and so if they bring their kids, I mean, it gets wild pretty fast.
Yeah, what a great environment. Yeah, they're having a blast. You,
It's
do
the
you go
best
to
thing for them.
do you go to church?
Mm-hmm.
You take all 5 of them to that too?
Mm-hmm.
That's every Sunday?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And do they go crazy there too? Do the kids like are there just ton of kids there just going bonkers?
There's a lot of them. I don't know, getting them separated from each other because it's all their classes depend upon their age, right? And it's kids that maybe they don't see as often that they're not so familiar with. So they're a little more tame there for sure. And I think my kids do a good job of respecting authority and like boundaries because we have to have them at the gym. They can't just run through the middle of the floor. So it's not a new thing for them either. So I think they do a good job, but they're definitely used to being in social settings.
You have any bad kids at the gym where you and your wife afterwards are like, oh man, we're gonna have to talk to these parents?
It seems to be like when new families come in, there's a learning process of like, it may seem like we're letting them get away with a lot, but there absolutely have to be boundaries. And if it turns into you're letting your kid just wander through class,
Yeah.
now all of a sudden, like the outside is a privilege. We have a kids room that the door will shut and it will stay shut and they can't open it. And like, that's where they go if they can't handle having some kind of boundaries.
Right.
So it seems to be more of at the beginning, there's a learning curve. I don't think we really have any like bad eggs. It's like, oh crap, they're pulling up today for the most part.
What about do you have rules around eating in your gym?
Uh, rules that are enforced well, or just rules?
Yeah, that great question.
We do, but I mean, there's so many people in an afternoon that policing it becomes. There's always gonna be an accident. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
No food on the floor is the rule. But then somebody runs out to like, Dad, can you open a snack real quick? And they take 2 steps back and trip and fall, and it's all everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm just, I mean, the blower at the gym gets a lot of use. The vacuum at the gym gets a lot of use, but there are rules technically, I suppose.
It's a trip because on one hand, my kids go to a jiu-jitsu class and it's a very small room, right? And along one wall is just this carpeted couch, like built in, like wooden, like something you see in a church. It's like a really, what are those called? Pews?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's really long. It could probably seat like 12 parents, right? And sure enough, every single day I come in there, there's some kid in there eating something like chips or a bagel with cream cheese falling off, or parents have brought their kids in there with smoothies, and all the smoothies are sitting on the ground, and it's inevitable someone's kicking over, and it fucking drives me crazy. That being said, I go to my kids' gymnastics class, and there's a big sign saying no drinks allowed, and I walk in with my coffee every time and just ignore it.
Right.
Did you know what I mean? But I want to kill the kids in jiu-jitsu. I want to kill them and their parents. I'm like, dude, just have your kids stand up and go outside and eat. Like,
I mean, bags, all I have to do is see a bag of veggie straws, and like the rage I feel well up inside of me at the sight of a bag of veggie straws.
What are veggie straws?
Like they're supposed to be like a healthier chip is the way they advertise.
Oh yeah, yeah,
but they're long sticks and they crumble super easy. The amount of veggie straws I've cleaned off of our gym floor it's more than any human should ever have to do. So just seeing a bag, even at my house, I'm like, why are we buying these things? Let's not buy these things, please.
Yeah,
it's
you're
crazy.
Yeah, I have things like that too. What kind of car do you have?
I've got a truck
that seats all the kids and the wife.
No, so the truck is like if I'm picking up the big kids from school, we can divide and conquer. I'll go pick up the big kids. Our family car, we've got an Expedition.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, what year is that?
Extra long one.
Do they even make those anymore?
A 19, I think it's a 19. It's older.
I had a rule for eating things in the car that, like, if the dog doesn't want to eat it, but first of all, it has to be dry, and the dog has to like it. So that way, like after every trip, I could just let the dog in the car like to eat it.
Yep.
but you can't be like drinking a glass of milk in the car.
which
You
they would
know?
which they would try.
Oh my God, they'll do anything.
Yeah,
My kids are like, "Hey, can we get a new car?" I'm like, "Sure, don't eat in this car for a week. Let me see if you can take care of it." 6 hours later.
dude. No, the family car we're a little more lenient. I try to let my truck be like, hey, anything that you leave in the truck, I'm throwing away. We don't eat in the truck. And
Yeah.
then that lasts
Smart.
like weeks at a time. And then there's a purge that has to happen. And then it's back to normal. But it's just hard, you know?
No milk, but I'll shit in it. Listen, that was a long time ago. There was an emergency. Why do we always have to go there? You have a 1-year-old, you said, your youngest?
Yep.
Do you have one of those portable shitters in the car?
No, what is this? Like a
So
diaper?
no, Amazon. I'll show you. It's like maybe when you see it, you'll be like baby toilet portable. I became a master at these things. It's just like a yeah. This I didn't have this one, but it's like this. Let me see if I can. Uh, just like a little toilet like that. Can you
It's like
see
one of
that?
those, there's like a throw up bag at the airport.
It's just like a it's like a really small. How come I can't make this? Can you see like that?
That's wild. You just throw it away, you got to clean it out.
No, so I had become a master at this thing. I would I had this whole method. If my kid had to take a shit or a pee in there, I had different ways of dealing with it. If it was pee, I just let them pee in it. But if they had to shit, I would put like a plastic bag in there or toilet paper in there.
Like a
Basically, like them
liner.
yeah, basically like them shitting into a poop bag. And over years, I just figured it out. Um,
That's wild.
that's for potty training. Oh, I just use it. So I had one of those in my car. And dude, the day I got rid of it, my oldest son was in sheer panic. He's like, "What if I have to go to the bathroom?" I'm like, dude, you're 17 now. You know what
Yeah,
I
you'll
mean?
be okay.
But one time I had to shit in there. And I told the story, and they're making fun of me.
No.
Yeah, you don't have one of these with 5 kids. You don't own one of these, huh?
Nuh-uh. Though we never really have to drive more than like 7 minutes at a time. Kind of engineered my life in a way that I don't really have to. I can be where I want to be most of the time.
Yeah, that's cool. And just bring your kids with you.
Yeah, I mean we live 7 minutes from the gym. The kid's school is 3 minutes from the gym. So I'm pretty like, let's get to where I want to go and we're good. We're not taking a lot
We
of trips.
we never used that, not once with any of our kids. They disgust me. Yeah, I'm sure it disgusted my wife too. I'm just out for in the early years. We were always at the skate park, and like someone always had to take a shit. I got a kid who shits like 3 or 4 times a day. One of them. I have a kid. I swear to God, and I make fun of him all the time. Everywhere we go, no matter what, he has to use the bathroom. I'm like, hey, dude, are you just like, is that like your thing? You just want to tour every bathroom? And he's like, yeah, yeah. Like now he knows the joke.
It's
I swear to God, like we sit down in a restaurant, he's like, got to drop a deuce. I'm like, what?
we're like I've got a daughter. My daughter refuses to go to the bathroom at school. Just won't
Yeah,
do it.
I would have refused too.
And then my son is
I
the
didn't
exact
shit at
opposite.
school. Really?
He's like, Dad, I went today. I went in this hall bathroom today. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, I would be more like my daughter, I think, but it is funny how they're like, he's like, I got to go see.
Hey, so with 5 kids, you've definitely had this experience where you go to a restaurant and you get up 5 times to take a kid to the bathroom. And like literally you were at the restaurant for 30 minutes and 17 of it you were traveling back and forth from the bathroom with kids.
Oh, it's like a freaking conga line
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. Oh, can we just go to all together?
Yeah, that's what I
And
always
it's
say.
no. It's always a no.
Please, can we all? Yes. Can we all just go once?
Nope. Never
What
convenient.
what's better than toilet stories? I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know how you poop at school. There were no doors on the stalls at schools when I went to school.
I don't know.
Does your
Depending
son have
like your
stall doors?
uh-huh.
Oh, well, yeah, I probably would have shit at school if we had stall doors. Did you have stall doors at your school?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they didn't allow that
I
shit in
think
California. That shit would be
it's just
dangerous.
wide open.
Wide open.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what kind of bullshit is that?
I don't know. Seems like something that gets you banned off of Instagram for sure.
I never went to a school, elementary, junior, or high school, where there were doors on the shitter stalls ever in
I don't think
California.
I've ever seen them without.
Wow, that's crazy. What? No doors? That's military level shit, dude. When I go to
Just a trough?
it's a toy. No, there's stalls. Just the doors have been taken off.
That's so weird.
How come no one else has experienced that? Anyone else? I'd rather listen to poop talk than whatever drama Hill or Tyler Taylor are discussing today. Oh, stop. That's the best. That's my favorite stuff.
Is there drama? I'm so removed from the whole ecosystem. We don't have to talk about it.
It's fine to talk about. They were friends for a long time, and then Hiller just went MIA and then reappeared like 2 months later on the internet making a hit piece on Taylor, claiming it was feedback. So whatever story you want to take. And so Taylor's like, hey dude, what the fuck? Like that's not how you you know what I mean? That's not how you treat your friends. Like, hey, that's not cool. And Hiller's like, no, I'm giving you feedback. It's fine. And Taylor's like, no, dude, like that's not feedback. And so they're fighting. But it's I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. You know what's weird about the internet is you can hang out with people in person and have this incredible experience with them. And yet there's things that they can say and do to you that piss you off.
Yeah, that's super strange.
Yeah, there's kind of a I don't know if it's a bro code or not, but yeah. And some people are like, hey, dude, why don't you guys just talk it out? You know what I mean? And I saw this in the comments, and this is basically it. Once someone does something like what Hiller did, makes a video about you, like you kind of don't ever want to talk to him again, because then what's to stop them from making a video about your conversation you had with him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's definitely a weird betrayal of trust.
And it's
I don't think Hiller gets it. Hiller's justification is, well, hey, dude, it's just who I am. You know the story about the frog, the snake that needs to cross the river?
Yep.
And then he rides on the frog's like, I ain't giving you a ride. And he's like, nah, we're good. And then he takes the snake across the river and the snake bites him. The frog's like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, hey, dude, I'm a snake.
Yep.
I think that's what kind of like what, yeah, I think when you're friends with someone for 4 or 5 years and you don't think, I don't know, you start to think you're friends.
Was he talking about like his coaching or programming or?
No, he was talking about Kill Taylor. He was talking about the show Kill Taylor and how he didn't like the swearing on it, and the show's gone downhill. And he just was making this whole thing. And Taylor was like, hey, dude, dickhead move. In all honesty, it was a dickhead move. I mean, maybe not if like you're autistic or retarded or like you don't have some sense of social grace, but like you don't do that to your friends. You don't, whatever Hiller did, you don't do that to your friends. And in Hiller's defense, he's just saying, hey, dude, it's just feedback. It's just feedback. I'm never mean to anyone. It's just feedback. And it's like, wait a second. Like you could have given me that in person. And in Hiller's defense, he's like, hey, I don't know how to give feedback besides making a video and publishing on the internet. Like, what?
And just so happened to have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people watch it, which...
Sorry, sweetheart. I don't know how to make love to you without saying my ex's name. Sorry, it's just who I am. Like, wait a minute.
See, I feel like a 90-year-old man that's not on the internet. I don't know any of this.
No, it's
3 weeks removed, and it's like a whole new world.
You're just learning this. Your compass is off. My compass is off. Yeah, probably. They weren't friends, man. Just trying to get in on the programming grift. They weren't friends, dude. They were friends. We were well, I get maybe not. I don't know. When you talk to someone every single, do you have any friends? Are you in any group chats?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you consider those people your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, chats that are active every day?
For sure.
Yeah, so we were in a group chat like that was active every day for 4 years. And then out of nowhere.
Seems like friends to me.
Yeah, that's friends. So
I think of them on the same team.
Yeah. That's what I think too. I thought we were all on the same team.
the good side of CrossFit, the OG side.
Well, and what's happened is so there's obviously a lot of people who don't like Taylor's content, and so they're just they're like seagulls that just circle around and shit on any, like they're like hyenas or seagulls, and anywhere Taylor is, they just have a desire to go there and shit on him. And so that's what's happened with these videos that Hiller's made. It's just curated all of these seagulls to come and shit over there, which is kind of nice because it lets you see them all in one place.
Yeah, they
you know what I mean?
Themselves for sure.
Yes.
I feel like some of these people would have never survived back in like the early days of CrossFit if Taylor's content really bothers them that much. It's like this new wave that's all sensitive and like, I don't know, back in the day it was gritty. Like it was like that.
Dude, and there were some there were some gnarly trolls out there back in the day.
Yeah.
There were some gnarly trolls.
Yeah, we had to have a thicker skin for sure.
Sevon, you also crap on other people. Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But I think you missed the point. Come on. Please move on. Jody Lynn.
Sorry, I brought it back up. I didn't know.
We're allowed to talk about whatever we want. You just signed up for HillerFit. Oh, good. Hey, who are you doing all the programming at your gym? Hey, look, and the viewer, as soon as we started talking about that, the viewers went up by 20 viewers. I shit you not.
There's like an alarm that went off. Hey, guys, go look.
Oh, it's amazing. Who's doing the programming at your gym?
I do it all.
That's pretty crazy. You program that? How far out do you program that?
I mean, I put the bones of the program together anywhere 6 to 12 weeks out. And then based on kind of what we're focusing on or kind of what direction we're headed, I'll fill certain parts of it out, the whole thing that far in advance. Other parts I may go week by week. It just kind of depends, but I always have a plan for 6 to 8 to 12 weeks out, just based on whatever it is.
And why do you do that? Do you enjoy doing that? Why not use CAP? It seems like it's pretty legit. It's good programming. They got the warm up. They got everything laid out for you every day. Why not do that?
It goes back to like, I just am kind of a control freak. A lot of my members I've known for over a decade now. And I feel like part of what makes us effective is like the feel of the pulse that I have of our community. And like, I know what works, what doesn't, what they respond to as far as what are they going to listen to in a class? Like, what's the best way to present this? Because I think you can be working on the same thing a lot of different ways, and how you present it from a structure standpoint may even change the buy-in or the execution. I know what weights are good for RX if I want it to be a heavy day or a light day, and I don't have to go tweak it. And then I feel like if I come up with it myself, I can better explain it to all of my coaches. And so then I don't have to coach every single class because I'm explaining pretty in depth what I expect versus somebody is explaining it to me, or I'm reading an outline and then I'm trying to have to read through the lines there and then feed that to my coaches. I feel like it just kind of cuts out a step that I enjoy doing anyway. I do like it, but I think a lot of it is the control factor for me.
Are you the fittest person in your gym?
I mean, overall, yes. There are certainly people that I think we've got some people that are like specialists in things that in any given day I could very well lose, but overall, yes.
Is that going to be as you get older? Is it going to be hard to relinquish that?
Yeah, over my dead body, it will happen.
I need to ask Bill Grunler that. There must be there must be a certain pressure there. I'll hear Souza talk about it sometimes too. I don't know. I don't think Souza's the fittest person in the gym, but he's really fit. But I know there's times where he just wants to just cruise and he goes into a class and he's like, dude, you just can't do it. As the owner, it's like you just got your war. Yeah.
Yes. There is a bench press workout that I lost. We got some huge dudes that bench press tons in here. I lose a bench press one time, and I swear to God, they still talk about it years later.
Oh, shit.
Somebody wrote that on that goal board, like bench press more than Tucker with like a winky face. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So no, I don't. That's not a title I'm going to relinquish willingly for sure.
When does your wife work out?
She usually works out with us at 3 in the afternoon, or sometimes we'll coordinate it to where if I'm not coaching, she'll work out one of our morning classes, 8, 9:30, and I'll keep the kids. We got to coordinate back and forth a little bit, but she gets it in.
I guess it. Do you work out with any of your kids yet? Are there any workouts you do with your kids?
If it's like a strength day, like I'll get my daughter in there and have her squat with me. They'll do CrossFit Kids pretty regularly as well. I don't know. I don't want to pressure them. I don't want to turn into something that they feel like they have to do. I would
Yeah.
rather than be curious about what's going on and just kind of wander into it.
Yeah.
But they're as they get older, like my son, as he's starting to get into like he loves baseball, he's starting to realize like I'm the strongest one on my team.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's because you actually do stuff outside of play Minecraft and play baseball. So they're getting into it, but I'm not trying to force it. I'm letting them do it naturally.
We went to a jiu-jitsu tournament this past weekend, and we're in the car on the ride home, and one of my sons goes, that guy that I went up against told me I'm the strongest person that he's ever faced in a tournament. And he goes, and I thought, no shit. And I go, did you say that? He goes, no, I just thought that. Like, of course I'm the strongest guy you've ever gone against. I'm like, wow. And it's all just, yeah. And it's just all the CrossFitting. And it's not like we don't do heavy shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like mostly, right. You know what I mean? It's like cleans with 15 pounds. We do high reps, lots of pull-ups. You know what I mean? Deadlifts never, I don't know, rarely over 40 or 50 pounds, but they just train. Yeah. I same thing. I keep everything pretty easy for them on the strength. And just kind of trick them into using their engines. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like just on the minute, next thing they know, they're in deep waters.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, interval training is a great way to trick kids. And we'll trick yourself too.
There's kids out there now that have been doing this, like that are my son's age at 7 or 8. Yeah. Like he did there's the fittest experience. He did their like kids qualifier.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they had age groups, or maybe it's a big range. I mean, he very casually does it. Dude, he got destroyed in this qualifier.
Like, what are some of the things you saw? Like, is it because they have better engines or stronger, or they're just more proficient in the movements?
I think they're more proficient in the movements, mainly. Like they had like they had a 20-minute row, or it was a row and burpees and something else. And it was like,
at 7 kids are rowing. Kids were rowing at 7.
I was like, why are we doing this? Come on. But then
I never put my kid on the rower. I mean, they'll jump on it, but I never program the rower for a 7 or 9-year-old.
But then I'm doing
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
The math on some of their scores. I'm like, these kids had to have been rowing like a 150 pace. My son's over there like a 227, like trying to coach him.
Yeah, my kid would row.
I don't know.
A 20-minute 2K.
Dude, it was painful. But there's kids out there that are getting hammered, I think, with some of this stuff that are killers at like 8 years old. And
wow.
I don't want to force that on him unless he just wants to do it.
Well, I think some kids just like want it.
Yes.
Like they just like, some kids are just like, you can just tell.
Yeah, he's not super competitive yet.
Are you super competitive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I beat him in that workout. I'm like, haha, I beat you. I said, well, Dad, I'm 7.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Do you know what's crazy? Ortega, my son was rowing yesterday, 6 sets of 400 meters with 90-second rest. How old's your son? Rowing for kids is dumb. Is it? I don't know. I just don't do it. I don't know if it's dumb, but I just don't do it.
Like you can't set the damper low enough for them to be able to generate any power out of it. Like it's just so.
Yeah, it looked so weird when my kids rowed.
It's so forced. It's not smooth.
Oh, 15. Oh, yeah, 15. He's ready.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask? Oh, and what's crazy about you too also is that you can do metabolic training with my kids. I really can't. Because I'm 53. I mean, I can try. But like I raced one of the kids, the 9-year-old, to 1,000 single unders the other day. And he gave me a 100 head start. And he beat me by 150. So he beat me by 250. And like, I don't even really stop, right. But he's still just like, yeah, if I do burpees with them or like, it has to be, I have to put something in there to slow them down or else I'm just like, I'm getting destroyed.
Do they talk shit to you?
They call me fat and they make fun of my nose. That's pretty
wild.
That's pretty much it. I always like remind them like, hey, I could throw you over. Don't forget, I could just pick you up and throw you over the neighbor's fence. Like, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about your gold medal in jiu-jitsu. I just
Yeah,
pick you up and
I'll
throw
end
you
you.
over. Yeah, yeah, I just throw you over the fence. But yeah, yeah. Do any of your kids train jiu-jitsu?
Uh-uh. No, we've never gotten into that. I don't know. I mean, I never did it growing up. I never had any exposure to it, and I just have never done it. So they never have.
Yeah, as soon as they get behind you, they just choke you out, and it's scary. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I don't love that.
Every day, someone tries to put me to sleep. I'm like,
I
fuck.
already live in fear that all five of them one day are going to join forces and take me out once they realize they can be on the same team. Like I live in great fear of that happening. I don't need to train them to execute better.
One of my kids said a while back, he goes, "Hey, no matter how you treat me, I'll never beat you up when you're old." I'm like, "Okay, cool, thank you."
So he's already thought about it, you know.
Yeah, I'm
He's like, I could do that and that day comes, but I won't.
yeah. Uh, what the? How many people did you have sign up for the open?
We're at 171 right now.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that. Hey, so you must be close to. You must be top. Are you top 20?
I think we're like 22 in the world.
Wow. And was
We're
that
like,
the goal? Was that the goal? Are you feeling competitive against, like, do you like that part of the competition? Like, hey, let's get as many as we can.
I do. I do like seeing our name climb on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
That does do something for me. But it also is like if you're going to be part of our gym, there are just certain things we do. There's a
Yeah.
way we do things, and if you're going to be here, you do those things with us. And the open is one of them. Like it's like people that have been here, it's almost a non-negotiable. Like you're going to do it the easy way or the hard way, but I'm going to talk to you about it for weeks on end until you give in. And then once we do it, the way we do it, I'm going to make sure that it's a good experience for you and you're going to be thankful. And then next year, you're just going to willingly do it. But you got to do it
Yeah.
for the most part. So it's just one of those things that, like, it's just the expectation.
Hey, that's really cool. You know what's funny is I did this a couple weeks ago. I had on, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gyms that I found on like the top 20 list for the open.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I invited you on is I was chatting with Garrett. I was just having an exchange with Garrett from Glinton Things, and somehow your name came up, and she was talking about how much fun she had when you're on the show. And while I'm talking to her, I'm like, oh shit, I haven't had him on in forever. I want an easy guest. I love that guy. So I text
Yep.
you yesterday, and I'm like, hey, can you come on? And
Yes,
but
please.
I had no idea your gym killed like that. A matter of fact, you know what I actually thought when you were off of Instagram? I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna have him on and he's gonna say he lost his gym. Thought
No,
maybe you closed your gym.
no, the opposite.
Yeah.
We're booming.
Yeah, that's crazy. You guys are booming.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, congratulations. What do you think is and this is in conjunction with you saying yes and you've been putting in more effort. So you're getting rewarded
Yes.
for your effort.
Yeah. I mean, I think of it as a team effort, but yes.
Any changes you've made where you're like, God, I hope this doesn't screw something up?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, I think a lot of it is just being more present and mindful. And I don't think that could ever really go wrong. Investing back into the gym. Like we just replaced all of our dumbbells. They were getting kind of ratty, you know, and little stuff like that. Like the perception is the reality. I think sometimes when it comes to like a consumer looking at a product, and just little things like that go so far. It's like, oh, he does care. And you just stack those things on top of one another. And now all of a sudden, like people like CrossFit already works, right? And then
Right.
they think that I'm as invested, probably even more so than they are. And like they love it. Like they do anything.
When you say more present, does that mean you're walking across the gym and a client talks to you, but you have to go, you have to go do A and B. You're like, A and B can wait, and you stop and take a deep breath and acknowledge them. Is it little things like that?
Yes, 100%. And me and my wife call it playing mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And like if she leaves or is waiting for me to be home or whatever, she'll text me and she'll be like, are you playing mayor? And it's just an easy yes or no. And we know exactly what that means. It's making people feel like they're important to you. And they all are, right? Like in
Right.
a
It's not
serious,
something you can fake. I know what you mean. It's like, hey,
No.
take a deep breath and be here for these people.
Yes. Stop thinking about the next thing and worry about the person that is like trusting you with this whole part of their lives, and like show them that you're bought into them as an individual and not as this group of people that are all down here. It's more, it can't just be a herd. Like, they need to feel like individuals at a certain point. And so just being more mindful of that and clearing some other things out to make time for that is really helps. But I also love it. Like, it's easy.
Yeah, love it. So be present, then you love it. They sense you love it. They like being there.
And then the product has to work too.
Yes. You mean like people have to be able to get fit, and classes have to start on time, and the gym has
Right.
to be clean, like that shit.
And they should be seeing results. Like, that's the way I think about it. If they're part of the gym, they're paying for something. CrossFit workouts are all over the place. They can do it in their garage. They can do it at a Lifetime Fitness for cheap and do their whatever class. If they're coming here, like, to me, that says I want something. And then it's my job to provide that. And so if I execute on that really well, then that goes a long way.
It's so interesting that Pat says this. Replacing the dumbbells is a great gesture, and members definitely notice that. That's good stuff. That's why I don't think I would be a good gym member. I would if the dumbbells worked, I would have never replaced them. I would have been so frugal. I've been like, no fucking way until the heads fall off them. But like, you have a pulse on it, and people want to use shiny, nice dumbbells.
I think you can take that approach to a point.
Yeah.
But at some point, when it becomes like there's a breaking point, once you reach that, I think then you've got to be in tune enough to execute quickly.
What about tape on a wall ball?
That's a pretty not good sign.
So the wall
I don't love
ball,
that. No.
No, you don't. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would suck as a gym owner. I'd be like, put some duct tape on that. That's now a 15-pound ball. Yeah, it's lost like 2 pounds of stuffing.
Or like, I'll keep that for me, right? Like, some of the stuff I realize doesn't matter. Like, I'll keep that one and keep it apart. But like, if I think about somebody walking in that's already scared of doing CrossFit, they have this idea in their head, and then they walk into a show, and then there's people with their shirts off, sweating and cursing and whatever. Like, that's not going to help them feel better to get started.
Yeah.
Now, like, you and I know that there's like this culture that goes along with it, that there's a vulnerability, and you feel comfortable taking your shirt off, saying a word that you wouldn't say at the office. Like,
no, I don't. No, I don't.
Well, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But you got to get them to that point. You got to get them to buy in, for them to realize, like, oh, it's not that this is a scary place. This is a product of, they feel safe here. They feel like they can behave this way. Like, they don't have to pretend that they're this pretty put together person. Like, no one is that person.
Yeah.
I can be who I really am.
Yeah.
So you got to present it and get them in enough to show them the light.
Movement standards are pretty important in your gym, like a priority over getting moving, or what do you think about that? Like, does everyone in your gym squat below parallel, or are there people who don't? Like, if you don't see that, if you say something to someone?
The expectation is that you're hitting the standard, or you are doing something to get you work towards that standard.
Okay.
Like, if you come in and you are 50 pounds overweight and you have terrible knees because you've carried that weight around forever, like, you don't get a buy. And I should have the skills to implement like some kind of progression for you to get there.
Right.
And I'm going to give you some grace as long as you're executing on that progress or progression. Right. But no, the expectation is like, there is a right and a wrong way to do things.
Right.
I think I feel like I try to take a very old school CrossFit approach to that. Like, Nicole Christensen is my hero. The way she just will throw it out there, like, this is what we do, this is what we don't do. And I think that's what works. I think a lot of gym owners will fall into like, the customer is always right.
Yeah.
And you water down the product. When really, I think a lot of people want to be led. They come here so they don't have to.
Yes. Yes.
And if I don't do my job because I'm scared to have a conversation with Sally about her squat, like, I'm doing Sally a disservice. She wants to be led. And I'm creating this vacuum where she's going to fill it in with bad movement, inconsistent habits, whatever the case may be. So I've got to have the balls to go up to her and be like, I know the right way, and I'm going to help you get there. But I got to be willing to say, I know the right way,
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting too, because we live in a society where a lot of people want to be told what to think, and I don't blame them. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to, like,
Sure.
hey, my knee hurts. You go to your doctor. He tells you what's up. You know, politics, just anything. You know, like people just want to be told. But what's interesting there is, um, in your space, people want to be told what to do, but they still have to put in the hard work. But they
Yes.
do want to be told what they want to have trust with you, and then you'll tell them what to do, and then they'll execute on it.
Well, that's where those follow-up conversations are so important. Like, if you're going to be hard on somebody for their good, you have to also do enough to make sure they know it's coming from a place of love and not from a place of like, I just don't like the way you squat.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to squat like this so you can get this benefit that then you can take into the rest of your life or the rest of your day, whatever that looks like. So it's got to be both ends. You know, you've got to have this is the right and way, the right and wrong. This is the black and white. But then here's why I care so much about that for you. And if you miss either one, then you're doing them a disservice.
Do you have any ratio of attaboys to criticisms? Like, if like that, you make sure you're aware of that, you're not just like, the whole class isn't like, hey, you're not going deep enough, you didn't get your chin over. Okay, I said 2 of those, now there needs to be 10. Like, great job. Like, you know.
Not necessarily. I can, what is it? The compliment sandwich. I
Yeah,
think
shit sandwich. I do a lot of shit sandwiches.
I probably almost do the inverse. Like, it's gonna
Oh,
be like, here's my point,
meat,
but you're
bread,
doing this,
meat.
you're doing this great, but no, seriously, fix this.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
know,
Okay.
like, you've got to give them some credit, but I think I probably lean more that way. But
Yeah.
then we have other coaches on staff that do it the traditional way.
Yeah.
Compliment, fix this, compliment. I
Yeah.
think it's just a glass half full versus glass half empty type person. And when I'm on the floor, I kind of see it more that way. Like, no, this is important. You got to fix this.
Yeah.
I love you, but
How
seriously,
many
fix this.
coaches? How many classes do you coach every day?
I don't coach on Wednesdays right now. I only coach one class on Thursdays. My coaching load has certainly decreased over the last few months.
Congratulations.
It's necessary. Honestly, if I had it my way, like, I would coach all day, every day, because that's what I came up doing. But I have seen the utility in lightening some of that load. But then it comes down to, like, I've just got to spend those hours that I was coaching my coaches and kind of making sure that they know, like, these are the standards and this is the way you approach this, and handle the conversation this way if you're having a bad egg in the group. You know, I think altogether I'm probably coaching 6, 8, probably 12 hours a week now. Couple hours a day minus Wednesdays. Wednesdays I'm off from coaching.
Was there a leap of faith when opening your gym? Great question.
Oh my gosh. It was the scariest thing I've ever done. I was at a gym that I'd been there for, it was going on 8 years. And these people that I started with
coaching.
They had seen me start as a senior in high school. I couldn't afford a membership, so the owner was letting me clean the gym so I could be a part of it. And from that starting point, like, the next summer I was cleaning the gym during the summers to trade off for a membership. And then the next summer I was interning. And then the next summer I got to start leading the warm-ups. And then it just kind of grew from there. And by the time that I was 8 years in, I was basically doing everything. I was doing all of the programming. I was coaching 8 hours a day. I was doing all of the back end computer work. Like, I was doing all of it. And so luckily I kind of see that as a good and a bad. The good thing was I got to learn all of these skills without the risk involved of, like, if I mess this up, like, it's going to ruin it for everybody. But I also wasn't making the livelihood that I could have doing all of these things. So when I got to that point, it was just like, there's nowhere else for me to grow here. Either I become a partner in this business on a deeper level, or I need to split off and go start my own thing. And the conversation just led to where, like, they weren't comfortable with, like, there was nowhere to grow. We understand that you need to do this. Let's decide on the best way to go about this. But I mean, I'll never forget having that conversation for the first time with my longtime bosses, and it was absolutely terrifying.
8 years is a long time to be somewhere.
I mean, and I'd grown, like, these people had gone to my high school graduation. They'd seen me get married. They'd seen me have my first kid. You know, like, they've been with me through all of this, and I was in my head risking throwing all of that away for something unknown.
How close is your gym to that gym?
Where we're at, it ends up being probably 18 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So it's far.
it's far enough to where like we honestly don't really compete a ton for business. They're in a very established suburb. We're in a very established suburb, and most people aren't driving more than that 15 minutes. There's a rare person that, I think we also fill two different um, needs in the CrossFit community. I want to do things one way, they do things a separate way. You is right or wrong. It's just people that want to do it the way that I want to do it will naturally find us, and vice versa, if that's really the depth to which they care. But no, I don't view it as a competitive thing at all. So they did. I mean, when we left, we probably, what was it? We opened with 63 people. We had 63 people follow us over, and those are people that I was just, I
Wow.
was in it with them every single day for almost a
Right.
decade.
Right.
And so when they thought CrossFit, like they trusted me, I had those relationships. And so that kind of made it hard when the split happened because there was a shock factor
Yeah.
that I don't
Yeah.
think that they were anticipating.
Yeah.
Um, I mean,
I'd be frustrated with them, but also there's the reality of it too that like, hey, he's been there 8 years and he's done everything from clean the toilets to, I'm guessing you left there, you were one of the head coaches.
yeah, I mean, I was full time. I was doing all of it. I was the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Um, and there was certainly like a process or maybe a period of time where
Has that healed by any chance? Like, I'm sure there was like a little bit of an ebb and flow when it broke, and then has it healed now that
I
it's
think
been
so.
yeah.
Um,
That must be an old gym then. That's like a legit gym.
yeah, so they opened in 2012, 2011.
Okay, so they're
Um,
approaching 15 years, if not
yeah, I
15
mean,
years.
we were
Yeah.
huge. We had like almost 300 members.
Wow.
We were, I mean, they were killing it. And I learned to do things what I think is the right way. So I'm super appreciative of that time. And I could probably do a better job, honestly, of trying to mend some of those fences even more so. Like I would love to, if I really believe in this CrossFit thing, like if I think about it, like, why are we not doing the open together? They've got 300 people. I've got
Right.
200 people. If
Right.
we join forces, what could we do in our community?
Right.
And I know that a lot of that probably falls on like, I need to be the one to reach out and show that I want to mend those bridges. I mean, and I don't think it's not a hostile thing by any
No,
stretch.
no, just
It's not.
everything's just normal. Yeah, like everything's normal. When someone splits away like that, there's going to be some bumps in the road.
Yeah, and it's been 6 years now, so a lot of that has worn off. They've rebuilt up their membership base from the shock of the how many ever left. And it's, if I have somebody that is living closer to the area that maybe is struggling from a routine standpoint to come to us consistently, like, hey, there's a gym over here, try this.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to do that. So I'm not like going to badmouth anybody about it. So, but it was hard. It was really hard.
Are you in the same location you started in?
No, so we were leasing a building that was about half the size that we're in now. We've been in the current facility for going on our third year.
So that was another scary leap, switching locations.
Yes. Now, luckily, there's a business park here that they're leasing, and then there's a business park here that they were letting you buy the plot, build a building, and then you own it. And they're right next to one another. And so we were able to basically move without the risk of.
Oh, you own your building?
Yeah, we've got a partner in the building, but yes.
Oh, congratulations. Holy shit. That's amazing.
Yes, it's been huge to not have a rent that fluctuates and all
now you
those
can
crazy things.
The best thing about owning, at least I think, I don't know, maybe I'm not some financial gurus. As you look 30 years down the road, you're building equity in it. So instead of paying rent, every time you pay mortgage, you're saving money. It's like putting money in the bank.
Yes, and the way rent prices are in this area, like our overhead basically didn't change to double the size of our building.
Yeah.
To have it's just over an acre lot.
Wow.
It's the same as renting a 4,800 square foot spot.
Wow.
It's nonsense. So we were able to make that jump 2 or 3 years ago now. And I mean, it's been one of the best things we ever did.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I wonder if this will ever happen to you. But my wife and I had this house, and it was like our dream house, and we never thought we'd leave. It was a little 800 square foot home. We had it all custom tricked out for us. I I had planted. It was on a 2,200 square foot lot, so a small lot in a great part of town. I planted. The yard was tits, man. I made it so nice. Planted all these fruit trees and all this stuff. And then one day someone told us, they're like, "Hey, we'll give you $4,000 a month to rent this place," and we just had to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm leaving.
Made more sense.
Yeah, you're like, I'm leaving. And I wonder if that, like at some point that probably could happen to you. You're at you're like, hey, someone's going to give us 10 grand a month to rent this place. We're fucking out of here. Guys, we're moving the gym again. I mean, there just becomes a point where it's like, you're stupid if you don't.
Well, I remember I live in this world of like, the principle is what matters the most. And like the money in that is very secondary. And I remember having a conversation with this owner, and like, I'm 7 years into coaching, and I think this is just like the answer to the world's most vexing problem, right? I am
You're on the front lines of doing God's work. Yep.
Yes. It's a crusade for me. And we had a conversation with the owner. I was like, do you ever think you'll get out of it? He's like, I don't know. If somebody came over and offered me $3 million for the building today, I'd probably say yes. And I was like, what? And it blew me away. I didn't understand, now that I'm on this side of it, I kind of see, I see what you're saying in the practicality of it, but it was just a funny, like, I still remember that conversation.
I had a buddy who I worked at CrossFit with who said he would never leave the job even if someone paid him $1 million a year. Very senior person at CrossFit. A year later, someone offered him a job for like $200,000 a year, and he left.
Yeah. Yep, I get it. I mean, I still like to think that
I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, things change, circumstances in life change. And so I'm trying to enjoy what we have while we have it, for sure. But then the other side of me is like, I will die in this gym. Like, you're going to bury me in the backyard.
You said you're 32.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even find CrossFit till I was 34, just to put that in perspective. That's crazy.
But then now you've still been doing it consistently for how long?
Yeah. I mean, since
that's what I love.
Since I've been 34, yeah.
You can do it forever.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's many things like that.
Or you can just say you do it like me and like really you just live on the assault bike. The bumper plates at my gym currently are falling apart. The rings are basically separated. Oh, God. No sign of changing out from the owner. He's not like Tucker. Yeah, rings separating is crazy. When the wooden rings do that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
I'm probably slow to do things that I should. Like, I'm not saying that I'm like Mr. on top of all of it. It's hard to weigh that. I mean, like, weights are like $3 a pound now. If you,
I know when you said you replaced bumpers, I was like, wow, yeah. I'll be on Amazon. I'm like, do I really need 250s? Maybe I'll just get one and do single less.
Right.
Yeah.
And especially like if it's the whole thing is ours, like that comes out of our pocket.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's got to be worth it for the member experience to be better and mean more than your bottom dollar at a point, right? Like, you can't just pour everything into it and not make any money and be homeless, because then you're not going to have a job to try to impact anybody's lives. You've got to do enough to sustain. I can make a livelihood doing this, but at some point, like, I'm not trying to be a gazillionaire off of CrossFit. There's an element of I'm seeing some benefit that is not monetary, and that to me is worth it.
Well, yeah, that will sustain you for the long haul for sure. What do you do with the old weights, the old dumbbells?
The dumbbells, I've got them out back right now. We've got a turf area that I've just kind of tucked them away. I call them the timeout dumbbells. Like, if you throw one of my new dumbbells, like you drop it from the top.
Yeah.
I take it, and then you get to use one of the timeout dumbbells.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're still intact. The bumper plates we just throw away, unfortunately. Boxes we just chunk. Throwing stuff away breaks my heart, but I'm kind of a hoarder. My wife's had to work on me on that. She's like, just throw it away. You're not going to fix it. You're not going to need it. But what if?
Dave told a funny story last week in his week in review. He visited a gym he hadn't been to like in, I want to say it was like 13 years. And he went back to this gym, and the owner's like, yeah, you were here before. And Dave's like, I was. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I was really pissed at you. I didn't tell you because you were dropping my dumbbells. I thought that was awesome.
Hey, I'm not going to say his damn word to Dave Castro if he comes in here and drops a dumbbell. I'm not going to lie. He can do whatever he wants.
You could wait 13 years later and tell him.
You just hang on to it. He didn't forget, though.
No, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's a great story that he told Dave.
That's hilarious.
Will you watch the open announcement?
Oh yeah.
What do you think about just in terms of the games and the athletes who are participating? Have you seen like I feel like these boys, the Coltons, the Dallins, the James, Jason, Justin. I feel like that there's kind of this going back to like this old school, like, hey, they're doing all like I feel like Rich's era and before, they did all the things. They did the Tahoe throwdown and they would go anywhere Dave asked them to go. Then we
Mm-hmm.
went into this more competitive era where people were like, you know what I mean? They believe the hype they saw on ESPN and they're like, man, this is a professional sport. You know what I mean? They see like the drone shot of the stadium looking like it's full and shit. And now I feel like we're kind of going back a little bit with this accessibility and this more like we're we're the same as you. We're of the people,
Mm-hmm.
we're of the people. Do you feel any of that? Do you see that cycle kind of with maybe you don't watch the internet as much or YouTube as much, but there's an accessibility to the athletes that I feel is like come back.
Yeah, no, I think that group of people is for sure doing that. And I think that's exactly what it is. It's accessibility, right?
Yeah.
I think back in the day, I mean, not to be like the old man on the porch, like
Right.
regionals, like you gave the people like a hero to support.
Yeah.
And the stadiums got packed because you'd have these underdogs that would break through and people would follow them from place to place to place.
Yeah.
I feel like part of it now is in this pursuit of being professionalized.
Yeah.
These events try to get the same 20 people to every single event.
Yeah.
But then like people local to wherever the competition is don't have any attachment to these athletes.
Right.
Unless they're doing like the Dallins and the Coltons and really trying to be accessible. If
Right.
they're just a recluse in
Well
this one
said.
area, and then they are trying to get people like, what draw is a person from the East Coast going to have at a competition in California?
Right.
But people in California don't really care how many times they went to the CrossFit Games. I mean, most of the people in my gym have no idea that I've even ever been to a semifinal.
Right.
And again, small potatoes, right? But these are
Right.
people I do life with. And they're
Right.
like, did you ever do that competition thing? I'm like, yeah, it was like two years ago, but it's cool. But if I'm going to regionals, they're driving to Dallas to watch me. And there's just this element. I think we've structured it in a way to, I mean, I would like to see CrossFit be more involved in some of these other steps to incentivize this local participation. You're cheering for your hero as you go through. Like you're making the drive to the South Central Regional because it's close for you and you care about the person because you see them every day.
Yeah.
And then if they happen to make it to the next stage, you're bought in and you follow them. Versus, I mean, James Sprague is awesome, and I love watching him. I think he does a great job of being a personality for CrossFit. People in my gym don't know who James Sprague is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. I think that's where we're kind of losing it is, but the people hosting these competitions, they want to trot James Sprague out at every single one of them. Like, come watch the CrossFit Games champion.
Yeah.
And the average CrossFitter is like, what are the CrossFit Games? Especially if their gym isn't pushing the open and CrossFit, and so many gyms are very casually attached to HQ at this point. They don't participate in all of the things like we do. And if they're not pushing any of this, why would they ever even run into some of these athletes?
Right.
Yeah.
I was just talking with someone about this the other day. It's a conversation that comes up every 6 months. It's the same in the media space. I don't even think 5% of affiliate clients are even aware that there's media on CrossFit that they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just like I'm not aware of any Planet Fitness media. I'm sure they have some, but it's like that. I bet 99% of the people who go to Planet Fitness have no idea of anything other than where they like to park in their parking lot, where they go in, where they work out. And I always forget, it's like that in the CrossFit space too. Maybe it's exactly the same. 99% of the people, they go there, they know all their people there, they know their kids, they know when the bake sale is, they know when the 5K, turkey trot is, and that's it. And they go home, and they're not they have no idea what's. And I'm not suggesting that they should know.
Sure. Right.
But yeah.
I mean, and obviously, like I'm just one guy in the world of CrossFit. It just seemed to me so much more powerful when it started at this grassroots and worked its way up. And now we're trying to do it the other way. We want the top to be so captivating that it catches downstream all the other people. And I just don't think it's going to play out as well. And maybe it's not the best business practice for them, or, there's things obviously that I don't know. But if I think about back in like the good old days, it
Yeah.
started from the bottom and it
Yeah.
grew from there, and you got to the games and everyone had somebody to cheer for.
Hey, you know what's crazy, but you know what's crazy about that? What you're saying is true. Like there can be synergy between the two, and people can see like the games. Like someone could have never heard of CrossFit, see the games on ESPN or on wherever, a Netflix show, but then they still have to come in through the door of the affiliate. And it is weird. Some of the people that I've interviewed people who actually came in through the games door, meaning they had like they've like literally competitors who are at the games who like have never been in an affiliate. They don't even actually they don't even know what CrossFit is. When I ask them what CrossFit is, they think it is the CrossFit Games. Like athletes who've been to the games. That's a trip. That's definitely not sustainable,
No.
right? Because that's like you're getting them in like one at a time. And like we have to get them in if there's 10,000 affiliates, we have to get them in 10,000 at a time.
Well,
One a
because then
day, you know what I mean? One a day has to come in, and only one a day can come in from the top. I mean, one a year can come in from the top, one every 5 years.
well, and then what do you do when Dallin hangs it up? You haven't grown like this next crop of athletes.
Right. Well,
Because
and I think we're seeing that too, right? By the open participation, it's all older and older every year.
yeah, I mean, it's the same. It's people like me that have just been doing it for 13 years that love it and will do it every single year, no matter what.
Yeah.
Because I'm bought in. But if you don't give these people then the next underdog, like people were cheering for me to go to regionals when I was a 19-year-old kid, and like they cared about my process and my journey there because they saw me grinding for it every day. And so I finally made it, and we had a group of like 20 people follow me and go, and like we had to go to Utah, but it was a big deal to them because they've seen all the work.
Yeah.
If it's not accessible, then I don't know that you're gonna have that same attachment.
I think it's pretty clear. I think that people are getting it more and more. Like I was watching a Dallin Pepper video the other day, and in the video he said, I can't remember, if you can guess my dog's name, he said something, I'll pay for your open entry. You know what I mean? Make a comment. And I was like, oh, this fucking guy gets it. The only way anything's ever going to grow for them isn't like better judging standards, isn't a nicer venue, isn't more media. It's, hey, dude, you get 500,000 people to enter the open, and I'm telling you, Pepsi and Coca-Cola and soccer balls are going to show up and want to advertise, and that's how you're going to get rich. You are not going to get rich the other way. Building that thing, yeah. And then if there was 1 million participants in the open, oh my God, the sponsors, because they just see all those people as potential customers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Power Bar will be there.
They're coming back.
I don't know. Did they make it? Do you remember Power Bars?
Yes, those are disgusting.
I used to eat those. How crazy is
things.
And it was like an hour. It was an hour to chew the whole bar.
I think I've still got some in my teeth from like 2018.
If that thing got cold, you were screwed. You needed a blow dryer to blow dry it before you ate it.
Yeah.
Did Gatorade own them? Did Gatorade own Power Bar? Who owned Power Bar?
I think they acquired them at some point.
Tucker's man, James Hobart. I was a first-time CrossFit because a buddy told me to watch Rich Froning at the games on ESPN. Yeah, but you can be advertised that way, but you still have to come in through the affiliate door.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you're insignificant. We got to get you, like, you have to be indoctrinated, get to learn the culture, and get it all, or else you're not staying. Yeah, You're not staying. We made a big deal of the open, but it wasn't like obsessive. But there's a lot of months in the year. Okay, I don't know what that means. Back in 2013, saw the games on ESPN. That's what got me into it. And now 12-year coach, still going strong. Yeah, it's a great place to see it, but you can't come in through that door. Meaning you can't start at the top. You can't see CrossFit and be like, oh, I want to be a CrossFit Games athlete. I think a lot of people do that. Like, I wonder how many guys in the NFL even know the history of the making of a football, or how they're sewed, or how the game was developed, or who invented it, or why it switched from grass to blah, blah, blah. Like, probably very few. They don't know shit.
And my question to these would be like, well, why did you stay? You came in because of the games, but why did you stay with it? Probably because there is an affiliate somewhere, hopefully doing things the right way. They're they are following and practicing the CrossFit model and ethos. And that's what, like, oh, the aha moment, you know? You could be drawn to the games, but what has you stay is this execution of this program that was created that is the best thing on earth.
For you and your family. Speaking of Coke, worst start of the day, the top 10 most consumed drinks in the U.S. in 2025 were all soda. Oh, can you imagine waking up in the morning and just stumbling to your fridge and cracking a Coke? Wow.
Wild behavior.
Sevi, when will you become a member of CF Santa Cruz, Sevi? God, it's on the complete other side of town. Hollis's gym, great gym.
I never. Town to you, it's probably like an hour drive too.
Yeah, it's like 7 miles. Yeah, hour and a half. Never. Yeah, I could rather go there just to have lunch with Hollis. Seven arguing people's limitations. I have no idea. I'm not arguing anyone's limitation. I'm just telling you the truth. You're not going to grow the thing. You're not going to grow the thing from the top down. Not even for a second. I think CrossFit needs to take advantage of young people that play sports. CrossFit is perfect for competitive people. The thing is that, I mean, it's in hundreds of, maybe thousands of high schools. It's not like it's not. Like I remember one time someone was like, hey, we got to get this in the high schools. And there were like entire counties where the school districts where their entire program was CrossFit.
Yeah,
I personally think that where they need to focus is on first responders at all times, military, cops, fire. Just I think it's good for the brand, and I think it's a strong base, and it's a good group of people, and basically it lets you know that, like, hey, if your success in your job relies on your fitness or your survival, then there's nothing better than CrossFit. Always thought that should just be just the drumbeat to. Because then you always have a built-in client base of 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, and all those people are eventually going to get out of the military and want to go to a gym.
And it's the right kind of person, like you're saying.
Yes.
Not that there's a wrong kind, but I think there's a kind that you can build off of.
CrossFit's a health intervention, not a sport. I don't know if that's true objectively, but in the current state of affairs of civilization, relative to where we're at with our civilization, I think that's 100% true.
I mean, I think
like what you're saying, it's a cure for the world's most vexing problem, and like in that regards, yeah.
I mean, like we've got my kids switched schools a year ago, and now we go to school with one of our longtime members, and just like the progress that this lady has shown and being in that environment, you know how many moms just from school that she's brought in that have tried all the things in the world, all the other fitness, Barry's boot camp, burn, all the stuff. And she brings them in and it's like, oh, this works. And it's because she had this health intervention, right? Changes her life. Now she's bringing her peer group in. So I think if we're going to grow it, like I do think that viewing it that way helps, you know, like we can do things for people.
Sport people pay less, don't stay as long. He said it another way too. When they come for health, they pay more and stay longer.
I mean, you get somebody off of blood pressure medication and they're probably going to stay with you forever.
Wow. Hey, and for there's things like I'll be so cheap with my kids about, but if it's something for their health, like I'm willing to do like whatever. I'd take a second mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Like just whatever. All right. We got a new dog, and it's a dog. He's about this big, and
oh boy.
And last night was the second night, and he's crying and screaming and shit, and I bought it from Colton, and he gave me a little doggy carry bag, and we've been putting the dog in there at night to sleep. And last night at 2 a.m, he just chewed his way out of it.
Escape artist. Dude.
So I woke up at 4 a.m, and I see my wife sleeping on the couch with the dog like quarantined, like with pillows. You know what I mean? Like she's
so
built like this.
Or something.
Yeah, no, just so he won't run all over the house. Like she's trying to keep him in this.
Okay.
So I gotta go buy like a hard kennel. You know what I mean? So that he has
Yep.
a place to sleep at night. But that was crazy.
I argue that puppies are harder than kids.
It's so I forgot this dog already in 2 days that we've had it, or 36 hours. He's like completely at home. He's already ruling the place. My kids are like, "Why does he bite?" I'm like, "Dude, he's a puppy. He's gonna bite forever." Yeah, crate train your dog. Yeah, of course we're gonna crate train it. Of course you need a kennel. Yeah, but I thought the dog. I thought that it's like it's a dog bag. You know what I mean? And it's zippered and it's closed. I thought that would be
Safe
his
enough.
I thought it would be his kennel. Oh, shut it, Hobart. Don't act like, listen, I'm the greatest dog trainer ever. You stop. All right, dude. Great having you on. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm stoked your gym's killing it. Good job.
Well, we got great people around us. We got great help, and CrossFit works. So,
all right. On 1 to 10, what's the likeliness that you have a sixth child?
10.
All right. Perfect.
I'm resilient. I'm gonna fight.
All right, brother. We'll see you when you have the sixth.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye. Wow, he's great. He's mouthing. Yeah, whatever. He's a puppy. He's biting shit. My kids act like I guess, I mean, we've had a puppy before, but my wife and my kids act like we've never had a dog before. Like all he does is all he does is sleep and go bonkers. And my wife or one of my kids said to me yesterday, they're like, "Hey, is he okay?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "He's just sleeping all the time." I'm like, "Dude, he's growing like a maniac." He only has 2 modes, grow and bonkers. Easy interview, great dude. So easy. Garrett told me he's the best. 6 kids. Wow. Yeah. 6 kids is wow. You gonna show us this puppy? How am I gonna show it to you? What do you mean? No, I'm not showing it to you. I mean, maybe one day he'll come in here. I'm not bringing him in here. He takes a piss or a shit in here. They named him Arthur. His name's Arthur. My husband comes from a 6 kids family. I'm the youngest of 5. So much time being pregnant. Yeah, that is a long time to be pregnant. Yeah. Sevon, Julie and I are on our way to the announcement. Okay. I will send you a link probably. Susan and I are going live at 11. I got to go. I have to go. What do I have to do? Oh, I have to go get that dog kennel. I knew I had something important to do. I have to go get that dog kennel, and then I have to work out. It's going to be 77 here tomorrow. Avi told me that. So that means I'm going to the beach all day tomorrow, if that's true. Yeah, 76. Let me see, Santa Cruz. 76. So I got to work out and shave my bikini line, get ready for the beach. Yeah, dang, I can't believe how hot it's going to be tomorrow. That's awesome. It's crazy. Sevon will post weekly pictures of the puppy. No. I don't have 5 seconds for the puppy. I always related my border collie puppy to a cheap RC car. Goes full blast for 5 minutes and has to charge for 3 hours. Yeah, perfect. Exactly. The only thing I've been doing with the dog is I take the dog out. I so don't want him to pee or shit in the house. So anytime if I just see him out of the corner of my eye, I just pick him up and take him in the front yard and I make him stay out there until he pees and shits. The thing is, I have to stay out there with him because he's so small, like anything could take him away. Like we have hawks and owls, like last night I took him out. I took him out last night and this morning. I took him out this morning at 6 and I could hear an owl in the tree right next to us. I'm like, "Oh, great." How dare you let us show how dare you let show us. Okay, yeah. Listen. Go to I bet you my wife has pictures on her Instagram account. Go to Avi's on Avi's homeschool YouTube station. I'm sure the puppy's going to show up in a couple weeks. We're always a couple weeks behind making shows, but just go watch that show. He'll pop up on there. And yes, he's crazy cute. The wiener dog puppy is crazy cute. He still turns into an ugly big dog, but he's crazy, crazy cute. That would be horrible if an owl got him. Yeah. Don't you think it's possible, though? Don't you think it's possible? My wife sent my neighbors have like 5 dogs, including 2 Malinois. And I told my wife, I'm like, hey, you better tell the neighbors we have a dog now. One of their dogs come over and eat our dog. His name's Arthur. You know what I'd like to do is I want to get a guard dog. I want to get another Borbal. I want a dog that so like I don't have to worry. Hey, and we have a shitload of cats in our yard, and these cats would kick the shit out of our dog. Yeah, definitely possible. Yeah, an eagle or a hawk. We always have hawks circling our house. I've had multiple dachshunds. One of the toughest dogs I know. Very pliable. The Arthur, and maybe Avi loves football players' names. DeAndre. Avi wanted to name him DeAndre after one of the guys on the Chicago Bears. You think the chances of him getting grabbed by an owl are low? Serious, Mike? I don't know, dude. These things are crazy, and they're all over my house, and they're huge. And you never, like, they'll fly over you at night, like, I don't know, 20 feet over your head, and you never know it until he's, like, passed. You're not that much bigger than the dog. Yeah, I agree. DeBrickshaw. Was that a name? Was my favorite. DeBrickshaw. Owls are savages. They would take that dog. Yeah, they would so take that dog. Kind of like it when life's exciting, but oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Damn. We have so much stuff. Today's going to be fun. So Susan and I are going to be back here, I think, at 11 a.m. When is that? That's in 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we'll be back here at 11 a.m. Then we'll go from 11 to 12. Then we'll come off the air. Then the open announcement will happen. Then from 12 to 12:30, this is Pacific Standard Time. They will do the open announcement, I'm guessing. And then we will come back live with Taylor and Bryson, and they will be at the Sentinel headquarters in whatever, one of those Carolina states, and they'll do the workout. And listen, I think he's going to walk you through the entire thing. I think Taylor and Bryson are going to have like a whole warm up they're going to do. They're going to walk everyone through their warm up, and then they're going to do it. So if you wanted to do it and you had headset on and you wanted to warm up with them and get at it, you could. Sevi, are you gonna ask Hiller and Taylor to shut the fuck up and make up, or are you gonna ride the drama train? I'm not gonna do either. I'm not gonna do either. they like I think that, the people who hate Taylor are enjoying it and they deserve something. And I think it's a good lens. I think Taylor's given I think the long-term outcome is Taylor's given people a different lens into which to look at Hiller's content. You just have to remember the context of it. I think people keep forgetting the context. Like they were friends and they text every single day, multiple times a day for 4 years, and then your buddy makes a video on you. And so Taylor's hurt and it's like, "Hey, what the fuck?" You know? And uh and Hiller's only response is, "Hey, that's how I communicate." And so it's like I said, it's like the scorpion that rides on the back of the frog or the rattlesnake that rode on the back of the frog. He's saying like, "Hey, you know what I'm capable of." And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's a hard pill for me to swallow too. It's not y- y- like if you're not capable of something, it makes it hard to believe someone else is capable of it, right? So whether it be something good or something bad, but like you hear this like horrific thing like Pizzagate or whatever that thing is where they have code words for pizza that equal child molestation. Like someone like me is like, no fucking way. Not in a million fucking years. They texted every day. They texted 20 times a day, dude. 50 times a day for 4 years. I mean, can you imagine? Hey, I feel like hey, listen, I feel like that too. I'm gonna tell you the thing. I will see you guys in the chat here. Doesn't happen very often, maybe twice a year. I'll see you guys in the chat here, and it'll be someone I think is really cool. And then I'll see something on Instagram that they posted where they're calling me a piece of shit. And I'm like, wow, I didn't see that coming. For 4 years, this person's been watching my show, and then over here they're calling me a piece of shit. So you just have to, um, y- like you can, like the stuff where like, you'll see a comment that says, "Oh, Taylor's so soft, he can't take feedback." That's like all that shit's totally misplaced. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. Imagine being married to someone and your spouse goes out and fucks another chick, and then he comes back and he's eating your pussy differently. And you're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy's like, "Well, I learned something new from another girl." And she's like, "You cheated on me?" And he's like, "What do you care? I'm doing it to help you. I cheated on you because I just wanted to help you. I only fucked that other girl to learn new tricks to bring back to you." It's like, wait, what? And so that's kind of the boat that Hiller's in. And I don't know if he actually believes that shtick, but if he does believe it, and Taylor's like, "Hey, that kind of hurts." That's a perfect metaphor for it. So, yeah, what a great guy. Yeah, good job going out and yeah, that's basically it. You won't see me calling you a piece of shit on the gram because you can't see my stuff. I don't know what the fuck you're talking. Oh, stop. Listen, listen. So here's the thing, doses. You and I are professional YouTube combatants. Me and you, that's what we do. Me and you fight with each other on YouTube. So we have expectations from each other that fit that. Your Hiller video is next, Sevon. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. No, if I'm a betting man, I don't know. That's a good question. But I knew um, the second he left our group, I knew. I knew. We don't fight, we discuss. Thank you. Son of a. The whole thing is high school. Uh, that's the part. Like anytime, Miss Winston, I respect your opinion a lot. That's the whole thing that I'm not gonna. I will say this. Maybe it's not godly, but it's definitely not high school. Like when people say stuff like, "Hey, why don't you kiss and make up?" Like, where's your threshold? You're friends with someone, and they just like, and they I don't know. I don't know if there's some sort of bro code or not, but Hiller definitely broke it. I don't know if it was Sean Lenderman or someone wrote it in the comments. Why would Taylor ever talk to Hiller again? So then 2 weeks later, Hiller can make another video about the talk that they had. It's like, what? Basically, Hiller's letting all of us know, like, hey, that's the only way I communicate is through videos. So if you're friends with me or you're an acquaintance of me, at some point, I'm going to give it to you on the internet. And it's like, and then there's I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if it's a disingenuous or what, but to say that those videos help people, of course he's made videos that you could say help people, but him saying he was friends with Brian, I mean, we all know that's not even 1% true. Or Danny or just the people he eviscerated, like, hey dude, like you're not helping people by doing that. Or if that is your or if it is, boy, you have a crazy way of helping people. Uh in this it's high school drama. In the sense that the public back and forth. Yeah, just walk away. It's hard when I agree. I agree. It's hard when you've been misunderstood and someone's mischaracterizing you. It's hard. But yeah, you're right. Okay. I take it like that. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Uh, Tyler seems to be enjoying it. No one's enjoying it. No one's enjoying it. They're lying. They're lying if they're telling you they're enjoying it. Sevan, don't you think Hiller has helped people, or you mean in those specific instances you listen? Oh yeah, I'm sure Hiller helped me. He came to my house and fucking massaged my shoulder, fucking with the butter knife. Hiller's been nothing but great to me. He's helped me a ton. I'm just saying, uh, you can't make videos like he did about Brian Friend, I don't think, and honestly think that anyone thinks that you guys were friends or that you were trying to help him or give him feedback. Like that's not what that is. That's what I'm saying. And there's probably like 20 examples of that. You know what I mean? Besides Brian Friend. And so like you at some point you have some sort of code like who you're going to trust. Like um do you like here, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Do you trust your friends texting your wife? Your male friends texting your wife, Grant? Do you trust them picking her up and taking her to the gym, going to the movies, sharing a sleeping bag while they're camping, resting his cock inside of her mouth? Like where like each one of those escalates. Where do you draw the line where you're like, yeah, probably that's too much. That's too much. That's like you've broke like once you're resting your cock inside my wife's mouth, I don't trust you so much. Right? And if you call someone out on that, you're gonna call it high school drama or not cool. I think I think that if you're good friends with someone, which Taylor and Hiller were, and then you do and then Hiller does what he did with the Kill Taylor thing, I think it's like, okay, this guy wants to is trying to rest his cock in my wife's mouth. Like I think it's tantamount to that. And if you don't, okay, cool. But I just I hey, listen, people have called Hiller and been like, I beg for mercy, please stop attacking me. And Hiller's response to them hasn't been like, oh, I was just giving you feedback. His response has been like, okay. And so like he's just showing, like he just showed a side of him that makes you like like you don't want to get near that again if friendship is something you value. Uh you keep saying they were good friends, but Taylor just made 2 videos saying Hiller has no friends. Yeah, that was the lesson that he learned. That's the lesson we all learned. He doesn't have a bro code. He doesn't have friends. We just learned that. Yep, you're right. We learned that. And we learned even from what John Young said yesterday. Like John doesn't care about friendships either. He only cares, I guess, about CrossFit. And I guess Hiller doesn't care about friends. He only cares about views. And he doesn't care like that, that's their North Star. That's their point of like, listen, if I didn't like someone on I wouldn't do a show with someone I didn't like, not more than once or twice. And so, some guys are okay swinging with their wives. Some guys are totally okay with other dudes' cocks in their wife's mouth. They love that. Cool. I'm not, and I think that relationships have boundaries, and I'm guilty of that. Yeah. It's not that I wouldn't say that he doesn't care about the viewer. I don't care about the viewer. If no one watched the show, I wouldn't just come out here every morning and do it. So somewhere I have some sort of somewhere there's some demarcation line. But like Hiller knows that me and Taylor would have fought to the fucking death on the internet for him, whatever that means. And the last thing we would have done is done something like that. And so we can't imagine him doing that. And so we just had a rude wake up call, and especially Taylor. It's just like, oh shit, wow. That's it. And I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but the way I think Hiller's torn, because I think Hiller maybe actually felt something and he's flailing, You can see he's kind of out there in the ether a little bit. He's not himself. He's really fucking up in his response. Because it's not that he's an illogical person, but but what's pushing back is that there's these circling of shitbags like this dude Orange Juice, who their whole existence is to like this dude's whole existence. I think this is Barry McCockiner. I don't know for sure, but his whole existence is to just shit on Taylor. That's what there's a few people like that in the chat. And so I think it's fucking with the fidelity of the feedback that Hiller's getting. And so what Hiller's getting is he's getting the people who are giving Hiller feedback don't care about Hiller. They see him saying completely crazy shit like he's helping Brian, but they're just cheering him on to continue to be fucking retarded because he's shitting on Taylor. So imagine Hiller standing over a woman beating her, and people are like, yeah, kick that dude's ass. Hiller's like, I'm pretty sure this is a girl. They're like, no, it's a dude. Keep kicking that dude's ass. And like, they don't care. They're not, the people that Hiller is curating aren't people who like Hiller. The people Hiller's curating are the people who hate Taylor. I mean, and what's happened is this. Everyone knows who Taylor is. No one's surprised or shocked. Like you know who he is. Some people have it like misunderstood, but they haven't made up in their head. So there's 25% of the people who are 100% gonna like side with Andrew no matter what Andrew says. because Andrew's really good at telling people what to think. That's why I love him. He would just tell me what to think, and I'd be like, okay, I can go with that. Then there's 25% of the people who they're probably just fucking agnostic. They don't care either way. But there's 50% of the people, now that Taylor has spoken up, who are like, oh shit, I never thought of looking at Andrew Hiller like that. And they're looking at Andrew Hiller like that. And that's the part that I think Andrew's having trouble reconciling. I'm not sure if he wants to even consider looking at that. Because that 25% that he's that hates Taylor's wants to be in his ear so loud. Let's not forget, with all this going on, to head over to paperstreetcoffee.com, pick up some coffee. Hell yeah. paperstcoffee.com. Yeah. It's like when a fight breaks out at school and everyone just yells, fight, fight, fight. I do think that the best thing in most cases is just to ignore. Like I said, Tia crushed that game. U.S. Navy 5th Fleet HQ in Bahrain reduced to mission critical staffing ahead of potential Iran strikes. I think they cleared out the Beirut embassy yesterday, too. All right. That's all I got for you on the subject. Remember, head on over to Stream. How does that even work? Is that like supposed to, like, does anyone see that and be like, oh, I'm going to Google streamboo.live? Good show today. Thank you. All right. Hope you guys all have a great bowel movement today. I'll see you guys at 11 a.m. with Matt Tuesday. Love you guys. Bye-bye.